2021 was a weird year. It feels trite to even say that, but it was weird. There were some weird debuts, some weird shakeups, some weird concepts. The good, the bad, and the ugly, all amplified by the desperate uncertainty of an industry caged in and trying to figure itself out nearly 2 years into a crisis. Number 10. Lightsome, Vanilla. This is a track that took a few listens to really click for me, but once it clicked, it clicked. I think it's the marching band drumline, the swell of brass in the chorus that makes the synth drop in the post-chorus satisfyingly fresh instead of trite. That snappy, snare-filled drumline keeps the song moving, so the sections where it drops out, like the bridge, feel like they float. Also, who can argue with lyrics like "my candy jelly topping"? This song was sweet in all the right places, but it never felt too cloying. Number 9. Park Bom, Do Re Mi Fa Sol featuring Changmo. What can I possibly say about Bom's voice that hasn't already been said? What I will say about this song is the way that it builds itself around her voice makes her absolutely shine. Her performance feels loose and relaxed and conversational. The melody is simple and delicate, and the moments where she and Changmo sing together create a really lovely texture. Maybe it's partly the music video's influence, but this is a go-to song for me when I need to feel a little pocket of bittersweet, nostalgic contentment. Number 9. IVE, 11. Whatever opinion I do or do not hold about 07 liners, this song is one that creeped in and took over some part of my brain that I have no control over. The tabla drum beat that underlies the entire track and the marimba that comes in and out is sneakily addictive, with surprisingly little melody in the instrumental track at all. The vocal performance shines here, the highlight being the 2 last slowed measures of the pre-chorus, acting like a slingshot that catapults you into a banger of a chorus. This was an incredibly strong debut, and I'll be interested to see how they follow it up. Number 8. Luna, Madonna. There's so much emotion packed into this song. Luna starts off the song with a literal "I want," crying out over that bare piano and acoustic guitar. She's nakedly vulnerable for just a moment before flipping that narrative, showing us that she is the Madonna she always wanted to be, and we're part of her world now. The drop into the verse is playful and compelling, reminiscent of the 90s art pop she's referencing. When that intro comes back as the chorus, it's powerful and declarative, the post-chorus a call to arms that's hard to ignore. I'm so glad Luna's back. Her voice and her presence is so unique. Number 8. Treasure, My Treasure. In a sea of funk-adjacent retro boy group tracks, My Treasure stuck out to me. Maybe it's the sweet, heartfelt piano and strings intro, maybe it's the really smooth marriage of the brass and vocals. Maybe it's the way that this track really takes its time and enjoys its own ride. I have to give a shout out to this song for having an actual outro, which always wins points in my books. Just like the intro, the sing-along outro gives this song genuine heart that I think the swaths of sound-alike tracks seem to lack. I love this song, and it's never lost its charm for me this entire year of listening.
Got the best of me, not loving you makes me typical, not loving you's not the best for me, alright, yeah.
Number 7. Woosung, Dimples. This song is deceptively simple, but I think it's all the better for it. Woosung's voice is really clear over the instrumental, and you can hear every rasp and waver. It's so unique and fun to listen to, and against this rich tapestry of synths and driving bass, it makes for 2 great tastes that taste great together. I also adore the music video. It's playful and the color palette is great and the makeup looks are gorgeous.
I know it's real.
Number 7. TXT, 0x1 Love Song, I Know I Love You. I think that's how you say the name of the song. I had a hard time deciding between this and Loser Equals Lover, but there's something so raw and compelling about the build and fall of this track. The conversational tone and muted instruments of the verses contrasted with the thundering drums and whining guitar of the chorus feels like hitting a moment of catharsis over and over and over. Big shoutouts to Taehyun and Kai for really nailing that desperate rasping vocal tone this song needed. Number 6. BB, Pado. Picking a BB track is difficult because every BB track is a masterpiece, but I ended up with Pado because I'm so drawn to its playfulness and gentle flow. The largely acoustic instrumental is soaked in reverb and the backing vocals feel dreamy and distant. Her verse cuts in like a sudden dose of reality in the song's bittersweet fantasy, witty and sharp. I love the guitar outro, and the music video is so cute. Mermaid BB, please call me. Number 6. Only One of, Libido. Few releases this year garnered quite as much controversy in quite as little time as this one. I could make another full video on the how and why of this MV's impact, but I think this song is incredibly unique in its own right, divorced from the controversy. K-pop talks around sexuality in metaphors and innuendos. It doesn't talk about it. Libido puts a flag in the ground and declares itself in no uncertain terms to be a song about sex, and a song about exploration and discovery. The use of overdriven voice samples as both instrument and percussion, unconventional chord progressions, all of it serves to put us in this space of desperate uncertainty, of having these feelings and not quite knowing what to do with them. There's something haunting about that recurring phrase, "want you to sing on my body." It's innuendo, but also something more literal than it might seem on first listen.
See a better version of myself. I'm like a feather, now I feel so light. More wasn't what I wanted, more than that you get for sure.
Number 5. Bam Bam, Ribbon. Perfectly complemented by the pastel-flavored surreal MV and playful choreography, Ribbon nails that easy groove and tongue-in-cheek lyricism. It's such a fun track to listen to, over and over. Another song that's deceptively simple, it's carried by the fact that Bam Bam feels like he's having so much fun, and it comes through in the performance, the ad-libs, and the production. This was a summer bop that never lost its sunny sparkle for me. Number 5. Weekly, After School. Tag Me and Zigzag were two of my top tracks last year, and I had no idea if they could pull off a hat trick, but they did. After School had everything I've come to love about Weekly. Incredibly solid melodic writing, charming, nearly surreal concept, saturated in color, and stage performances with prop use tighter than some Broadway shows. Big shout out to Zoa for skateboarding on stage. I love that this song uses every register of the girls' voices, and I love the flat, punchy bass synth that underlies the entire song. The last chorus is so satisfying, and the outro is infectious and singable. After School is the perfect example of a solidly constructed song at every single moment, and I have not gotten tired of it. Number 4. Cheese, Loser. I absolutely adore this song. From the very first moment, the processed nyas set the tone for where we're headed. The way the instruments dart in and out of this song lends it this playful, strange feeling that perfectly suits the off-the-wall, surreal sitcom parody of a music video. I love the way her voice soars during the chorus and retreats during the verses, and her ad-libs are so charming, filling out that soundscape. I could listen to the song over and over and never get bored. Number 4. 6. Cinema. This song evokes such a specific feeling of sweet nostalgia, like remembering something soft and wonderful that's coming to an inevitable end. Cinema keeps the same level of intensity all the way through, but it's not to the track's detriment at all. I think it's one of its strengths, adding to that gentle emotion that permeates both the song and the music video. The backing vocals drenched in reverb and the entire song underlaid by that soft electric guitar. It knows its time and place, complemented by the gorgeous MV with its surreal visuals and muted yet colorful palette. Cinema was deeply emotional and subdued in a year of pushing boundaries, and it was something I didn't know I needed until I had it. Number 3. Hoshi, Spider. This song is sexy. The kalimba that starts off the song and continues to come back sets this mysterious tone, and the instrumentation grows and drops out to keep us guessing. The highlight, though, is the way Hoshi plays with his own voice. He easily jumps octaves, one moment low and conversational, the next high and thready. At times his delivery is delicate and subdued, the next he's chewing on consonants, almost growling them out. The entire song is a balancing act, keeping us strung out all the way through. The music video and choreography is spectacular, some of the most innovative dance I've seen in a while. The way it interplays with the textures of the song and the character Hoshi's created is seamless and thrilling. Number 3. Pentagon, Do or Not. If there's such a thing as a classic Pentagon track, Do or Not is it, while also being something completely fresh and new. I had so much fun with this song, aided by the great concept and hilarious execution, a costuming team that clearly had the time of their lives, and a music video that gleefully relished in the tropes it was drawing from. The a cappella intro, the pop rock guitars, the fully acoustic instrumentation, the sing-along outro. I could have been listening to a big group number from a pop musical or a Disney Channel original movie, and I say that as the highest compliment possible. Do or Not set itself apart from anything else released this year, and it had a great time doing it.
If you want it, you can have it. If you want it, you can have it. If you want it, you can have it. Gotta get you nothing. Get you.
Number 2. Cheetah, Villain. Cheetah's voice is a master instrument, and she knows how to use it. Her vocal delivery in this song is incredible, and the subdued, minimalistic instrumentation, generally just a bass line and percussion, is there just to support her. The music video only makes it clearer that she's playing with these ideas of femininity and danger and power. When she says, "If you want it, you can have it," she's soft and coy and inviting. But when she hits her verses, identifying herself as the villain, she drops into this deeper, growling register. "I can fix you, but I won't." She's drawing lines in the sand, and it makes for an impact that you can't look away from. Number 2. Stacy, ASAP. The sugar and spice soundscape and the quirky cartoon visuals work together to make this song memorable, charming, and most importantly, wildly catchy without being tiring. The synth flute riff that dominates the song is sweet, and the bouncy, stretchy bass synths lend the entire track a fun, almost video game-like quality. The relaxed pace and 2-part chorus lets the song breathe. ASAP never feels like too much or too little, moving at its own pace and letting each member shine. Sometimes sweet, sometimes bold, sometimes playful, and sometimes reflective, ASAP hits all the right beats and still sounds fresh every time I listen. Number 1, Damian, Love Percentage featuring Dawn. I find this song so haunting, and not just because of the masterpiece of a music video. The deep house pulse gives this track a sort of heartbeat that sets its tone, especially when it's mirrored in the melodic line. Dawn's verse is a great contrast when it comes in, his nasal tone complementing Damian's smoother register. Damian's voice moves between lush harmonies to nearly whispered conversation, rising to a desperate question. What percentage of love can I have? What can I give? When instruments drop out and we're left only with the bass line and his voice, I find myself leaning in, like I'm trying to hear something too quiet to quite make out the words. Love Percentage is mesmerizing, a song that sticks with you long after it's ended. Number 1. On and Off. Beautiful, Beautiful. On and Off has really had a hell of a year. If I were to break my rule of no artist repeats on the top 10, On and Off would probably occupy slots 1 through 4. Ugly Dance, Popping, and Goosebumps were all incredible tracks in their own rights, but in the end, Beautiful Beautiful remains clear in my mind as emblematic of 2021. There's something so pure and freeing about Beautiful Beautiful. It's unapologetically triumphant, declaring that every single one of us are brilliant and wonderful even in the dark. The track is phenomenal musically. The trumpeting onomatopoeia, the jubilant bass, retro synth strings, and funky guitar, the unexpectedly delightful a cappella section and the post-bridge, all work together to create a roller coaster of a song you can't help but want to ride over and over again. Beautiful Beautiful is cheesy and unrepentant and joyful, a bright spot that I think I desperately needed this year, and I keep coming back to it for exactly that reason. So those are my top 20 of 2021. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year!